US's Third Fleet has retreated to their base in Yukon, Alaska. To prevent them from launching a second strike, we're going to destroy the base facility before they recover their frontline combat unit, forcing them to retreat even deeper into Canada. This will buy us time on the North Pacific battlefront. The element of surprise is critical to this mission. You're going to maintain a low altitude, approaching the base through the canyon. Once you destroy all of the base's long radar sites, we'll cancel the altitude restriction and you're clear to wreak havoc on enemy base. This mission will commence at 1600 today. Eat, shower, rest, and make yourself ready for the operation. I'll have the dinner waiting for your return. We've got beef stroganoff, grilled salmon, and vanilla ice cream tonight.
Colonel? What's that bottle you're holding? How many times do I have to tell you that you shall not drink vodka in the hangar, Colonel? We're going to sortie this evening.
Don't worry, Juliana. Everything will be fine. I can manage this.
It's not fine, sir. That will slow down your reaction time. If you keep doing this, you'll get yourself killed. We battleframe pilots have to react and decide in a split second. And just that one drink will make it impossible.
So you got scolded by your genetic daughter, Colonel.
You could say that, Anton. Although I have not adopted her yet. Still feeling somewhat awkward to think that I'm old enough to have a teenage daughter that's mature enough to serve as a battleframe pilot. Still, I feel she's too young to be sent out to the battlefield.
She's 16, but she has the physical capability of an Olympic swimmer, Colonel. Her battleframe piloting skill test score is even higher than most veteran squadron commanders. Besides, she's the only UCN pilot other than you that can pilot a Generation 4 battleframe.
Would it not be better if she lived, well, a normal life?
I think she prefers to protect her comrades rather than being the one that's protected by others, Colonel. Thanks to your genetic inheritance, she has the chance to make this choice.
Commence mission. Destroy all of the radar stations. Then we can proceed to the next phase.
Tired of having me babysit you, Juliana?
I'm glad that you're here anyway, Colonel. Now that we're flying together, at least I can make sure that you don't get shot down.
Wait, what?
Altitude restriction is in place. Keep your altitude as low as you can. We cannot let the enemy detect your presence.
All 3 radar stations are marked on the radar in HUD, sir.
Site hotel is down. Send a drone to investigate. Roger that. Drone departing from South Foxtrot to site hotel. Can you contact ground units around the radar sites? Negative, General.
mission destroyed. Altitude restriction cancelled. We'll now proceed to destroy the main base's facility.
Enemy battle frame. Wait, these two machines. Are they?
There's the Violet Reaper and the Red Demon.
Violet Reaper? You mean the one that shot down the entire Black Knight squadron? Focus your fire on that. Calm down, they're no demon. The UCN just happen to have two pilots that can use 4th generation battle frames. They just have better equipment. We can defeat them. Besides, these custom-made battle frames are likely to be very expensive, and the pilots are irreplaceable. If any of them get shot down, it'll be a heavy blow to the UCN combat force. Go get them!
This just in. Our intel indicates that the enemy is preparing to launch ICBMs. Unfortunately, we don't know the time evading the forces of the launch. You have to hurry. ICBM controllers located under the base's structure. We'll mark all of them on your radar.
Sir, the ICBM launchers aren't responding to command. Go shut down the launchers manually.
There's not much time left. Hurry!
Controllers destroyed. How's it looking now, Anton?
Stand by. We're analyzing the situation. They're launching ICBM? How could that be possible? Haven't we destroyed all of the launch controller?
Quick! Destroy all ICBMs! Do not let any of them get out of the combat area!
We can do this, right? Colonel!
Yes, Julian. You and I can do this.
ICBMs neutralized. Please return home. We're going to have you take on this emergency sortie, Colonel. The Americans are sending their trump card, the high-speed orbital attacker unit. It's heading to our base in Vladivostok. You are going to intercept them. The HSOAU has very exceptional agility for its size, and its ability to attack with beam weapons from low orbit make it a perfect fortress destroyer. That's why we have to intercept it before it reaches its destination. If we let that thing arrive at Vladivostok, they're going to be annihilated. They will be expecting interception. They'll be prepared well for the fight.
Juliana, you know about the HSOAU, right?
Yes, Colonel. It's built by a joint effort between the UCN and the CFN. The chassis, engine, and control system is all American technology, but its weapon system is ours. It's the first step of U.S. President Sean Soloway's plan to knit a closer relationship between the UCN and CFN. It's designed to need both governments' authorization to activate. Therefore, the U.S. government holds the key of the engine, and our government holds the key of the weapon. Yet they don't hesitate to use it against us as soon as we are at war with each other.
so it's equipped with Russian weapons. That means they will have particle shields and rely heavily on beam weapons, right?
Yes, sir. That will be the case if they are able to break the weapon system's activation code. The company that manufactures weapons for HSOAU is the same company that created Judgment in Zaftra.
And what if they cannot break the weapon code?
They'll have to go without using the weapon originally installed in the chassis. It's still possible that they'll install a makeshift weapon system at an external weapon station.
HSOAU in sight. Prepare to engage!
So that's the bird of peace, huh?
This is too ironic.
He says the Red Demon? Oh, this'll save us time. We're going to commence the operation here. No need to rush to the target area anymore. Let the blood be shed.
You really weren't kidding when you said it was fast.
Luck is on your side. It appears that the target has no intention to escape from the combat area before defeating you.
They will regret that decision.
American anti-air system, sir. Lightly equipped.
So, they don't have much space remaining for installing external weapon.
We better engage them with our full capacity. Or against the Red Demon if we still have them. I know. Those Russian weapon systems take some time until they're operational. Zero particle output stable. Weapon control system online on CIC. We're switching to the primary weapon system now.
That's our weapon technology, sir.
Ah, they were finally able to unlock the ship's original weapons. Impressive.
Colonel, the target just released drone swarm. Be careful!
They intercept missiles with a laser. This is like our framed psycho drones.
But these are much larger, Lieutenant, and much more powerful.
Colonel, HSOAU has deployed a new swarm of defense drones.
Impressive. These drones perform better than most third-generation battleframes.
You're enjoying more customized M5 approaching combat area at light speed. Well, who knows what we have? Should be a fun fight. Cheers for the rush. These guys are inspired. They're equipped with 40mm automatic shotgun. Don't let them get close to you. Colonel, the target just released drone swarm. Be careful! doesn't have escape pods. They never thought this thing would be defeated.
To support both offensive and defensive operation, UCN's scheduled to launch a new prototype orbital weapon. All details of this weapon are confidential. The launch will be done by using mass driver at Eastern Siberia Space Station. That exposes it to attack by the United States Air Force. However, we cannot postpone the launch. It appears that the enemy knew about this mass driver and the launch schedule. They're sending strike force that will arrive at the target area in a few minutes. We think their mission objectives are to capture the prototype weapon and make the mass driver unusable. Protect the mass driver and the prototype weapon until it safely can escape.
What is the prototype weapon, sir?
We cannot tell you that, Lieutenant.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Evening News on the People's Radio. Today we have an interview with UCN Prime Minister Leonid Zardanov. Prime Minister, thank you for being with us today. So we're officially in the New World War.
No. I do not think this has or will escalate into a conflict of that scale. There are some skirmishes on the northeastern border we share with the CFN, and we're doing quite well in the battle so far. This is to my surprise, due to the difference in sizes of deployable forces in the combat area. But our defense forces are able to hold their ground. That should give us enough time to mobilize enough combat forces into the region so we can contain the situation.
So you're saying that we're aiming to de-escalate the situation by holding talks with the CFN?
We still want to cooperate with them. If they want to collaborate with us to create a peaceful world, we're more than glad to help. But unless Americans change their foreign relationship approach, it will be impossible.
What do you mean by their foreign relationship approach?
We cannot accept what we witnessed with the Bangkok 2 colony attack. Considering how close Bangkok 2 is to the Temasek orbital elevator, this is a disrespect we will not tolerate.
U.S. Vice President Orville L. Johnson stated in today's press release that the United States has no connection to the Children of Fallen Nations terrorist group, and the U.S. is not responsible for the terrorist attack on Bangkok 2 colony. The Congress authorized offensive military campaign in response to the UCN Strike Force attack on Ecuador orbital elevator, which is putting almost half of the world's population into great risk. Meanwhile, U.S. President Sean Soloway hasn't yet made any media appearance since the beginning of the war.
Why are orbital elevators so important?
Flying cities need a very rare isotope of gas that can only be found near low orbit. It is used for generating power to keep cities airborne. Without them, the cities will begin to fall. Combat ships also use this gas in their reactors.
So both our and their government decide to put millions of lives at risk by attacking each other's orbital elevators and then declare war at each other? Why are people in power so stupid? Can't nations just get along and trade and try to understand each other? To think that so many people have sacrificed their lives for this.
Juliana, stop. We are professional combat operators. Do not let hatred overtake your mind. Whatever your reason to fight, never let hatred fuel you.
Colonel.
Huh?
What are we fighting for?
You'll have to find your own answer to that question, Juliana.
Right.
Cut the chatter. American strike force are now in combat area. All units, prepare to engage. Military transport aircrafts detected in enemy formation. They're heading for the mass driver.
Entered the area of battle, moving to engage hostiles.
is outnumbered by the enemy. We don't think they can hold much longer. Don't let the enemy's ground force reach the mass driver.
Oh dear, I might be in trouble now. Looks like this battle is over for me.
All enemy ground forces neutralized. Mass driver operation. You copy?
Roger that. The SSTO is on the elevator and moving to the mass driver. Transport ship moved to mass driver. Preparing for launch sequence.
This ship is much smaller than I thought. That prototype weapon is contained in that?
We're going to protect it until it leaves the mass driver and climbs to a safe altitude.
Enemy spotted. Stay in formation, Danger Rangers. Punch them out of the sky. Can you withstand the terror you have brought upon yourself? The Danger Rangers take care of you.
SSTO is launching in 3, 2, 1. Launch!
The Grim Reaper's ready to engage the enemies. You're going down! Warm-up is over. Is that all you can do? Feel the might of my comfort. This will be over soon.
Portal ready.
Death to all who stands in my way.
Reloading.